Christine here. Today I was going to talk about a strategy I use for pollinating called open pollination with culling. And the reason that I cull some of my plants is I want to take out any of the plants that I don't want the bees to take pollen from. So open pollination with culling is done, the open pollination part is done by the bees, but I do the culling. I take out anything in my patch that I don't want the bees to take pollen from. So what I do ahead of time before I start this whole process is I go through and decide, like, this plant I don't want pollen from, and I cut it down really close to the ground like this. I go through mine with a little red with red flags or green flags saying yes, that's one I want, this is one I don't want, and I can get these little flags at any of the hardware stores. So what I would do next, after I've decided which ones to keep and which ones not, you need to remove all the blooms that are mature or overly mature and just toss them. So I'm just going to go through here and get rid of all these blooms. I mean, you could also sell them or put them into bouquets. That would work as well. But I'm going to be removing anything that the bees potentially had a chance to get in there and pollinate. So I would come around here, probably even remove something this small. And over here, I would remove this. I would remove something like that. And all I would leave is something that's really tight that the bees haven't been able to get into yet, or even better, something like this, or leaving it like this, really, really tight buds. And so that would be what I would do. So again, I would remove any of the plants I don't want pollen taken from, and then I would take off all the blooms out of my whole patch. You have to do the whole patch when you do this. Because if bees came from another part of the patch, you would have pollen spreading that you don't want. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell.